Hey guys, egoballas and GB12 here. We got a Z2 prophecy review for you today. So a lot of comments saying they wanted a review on it. I've had it for about 2 months now. Used it probably like 7 or 8 times, probably more than that actually. And so I've put enough use to it, so I'm able to now do a review. I didn't want to do a review after like 1 weekend of practice because you never really can do a review of a product until you've used it for probably at least a month or so, or at least put like 5 cases through, whatever it is. Anyway, it's gone through enough use, so we're ready to do a review for you. We got a, we're gonna break it down for you on how to take it apart. We have a rotor, which a lot of people, like 90% of the comments on my Z2 prophecy videos are how's it compared to the rotor, so we'll show you. And a pot of paint. We'll do some drop tests, and yeah, so hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so first thing I want to talk about is basically an overview of the prophecy. First thing, I'll tell you about the changes between the V2 and the Z2. The changes I find are actually really amazing. First change, it's definitely lighter. It's smaller as well. If you look at some pictures online of a Z2 compared to a V2, it's a lot lighter, it's a lot smaller. They changed up the nose cone. It's a lot more durable. Some people complained with their, I never had this problem, but with their V2s, they would crack sometimes if they dropped them. This is not gonna crack. I don't really want to scratch it, but I could bang this against a rock and it won't crash. Another thing that's really cool that they changed with the Z2 is you can now take apart the nose cone while it's on the gun. With the V2s, you had to remove the hopper from the feed neck because the nose cone was locked in with the feed neck. On the Z2s, they're different, 2 different elements, so you can easily, if you have a jam, you can easily take it apart, fix it out, get the paintballs out that are jamming, put it right back on and play again within like 5 seconds. Next thing I want to show you guys, this is probably one of my favorite things about the prophecy. The actual lid of the prophecy, regardless of whether it's a speed feed or a lid, is so big. If you look at the pod, I mean, you can pretty much fit the entire pod in here and still have length. I mean, the size of the prophecy lid is great, so you can easily load in all your paint. The speed feed is awesome. It doesn't come with one stock, but they're $20. Definitely recommend it if you're a speedball player. Next thing, what's another change? It's now no longer sound activated. It will run fully without having to scream into it. But the cool thing about it, another thing I want to show you, they changed up the actual, you see the tray where the balls go in? Instead of having it be one big tray like the V2 and older hoppers, it's now one individual ball goes into each socket. This prevents a ton of jams, which is actually really beneficial. Final thing I've noticed, the anti-jam. If it jams up, the hopper detects the jam and it automatically reverses the motion it's feeding the paintballs in. It reverses them for a couple seconds and then spins it back in its normal motion. Every single time I've had a jam, it does that. It clears it up in like 10 seconds max. So that's actually pretty sweet. That's the overview of the prophecy. Z2 changes. Only upgrade so far is a speed feed. They're gonna come out with, like they did with the V2s, with color kits. Not sure when, but they are talking about that. So they're in production. So that's pretty much it with the V2. Z2, sorry.
Get out of here.
Guys, also just want to show you how to take apart a Z2 prophecy. The Z2 is completely toolless. It's really simple. I will admit it's not as simple as the rotor. The rotor can be taken apart in like 15 seconds, but the prophecy can still be taken apart really quickly. All you do is you push down, nose cone comes off. You don't have to have any screws to take out the speed feed. You just pull these 2 things apart. Speed feed comes out. You push down on 1 tab, 2nd tab, 3rd tab. There goes the tray. Here's the battery pack. You can change your batteries. You can pull these apart. You can pull the back plate off. I don't really want to do that, but basically, I mean, that's pretty much all you need to do. That's all I do. I do this. I clean the feeding tray, clean this tray, nose cone, speed feed, and you can pretty much put it back together in like under 30 seconds. So the rotor's quicker, but neither of these hoppers is going to give you like, you know, it's not like the old Pinocchios or Halos that take 30 minutes to put back together. So if you, I don't know, break a ball inside your hopper and you have to clean the whole thing out, both of them really shouldn't cause an issue for you. See, now it's back together. So last thing I want to do before we do a wrap up, I want to do a drop test. You guys are probably going to notice the rotor definitely is faster. The rotor, I mean, Dai's done videos where it feeds up to 40 balls a second. Prophecy probably caps at like 25, 30, I'm not really sure. But in reality, I don't really care how fast a hopper can feed as long as it can feed consistently at 12 balls a second for PSP or 15 for MPPL or CXPL. So anyway, as long as it can feed consistently and not cause me issues, that's what I like. And this doesn't cause me any issues at all. So here's a little drop test. Lost a paintball. It's okay.
Quiet as hell. It's quiet.
Just quiet. Alright. One more ball. And if you compare that to the rotor,
obviously,
yeah,
it's
so
much
the rotor's
faster.
But both hoppers fed consistently. They definitely both beat 12 balls a second, so I think that's really all that matters. Hopper speed, like I said, I really honestly don't really care about it. I know we did a speed comparison video between the rotor and the Prophecy. I mean, those are cool to look at, but like I said, 99% of fields and 99% of tournaments are going to cap you at 12 or 15 max. So if you can shoot 30 balls a second, it really doesn't matter.
Alright. Time for a rotor comparison to the Prophecy. Rotor has been a crowd favorite, a crowd pleaser for some time now. I think, like, what, 2009 this thing came out? And it's in the third version, but they haven't really done much except when you take it apart. They have the Velcro straps for the batteries, and that's really all they've done. The three versions that they've come out with. Mine's a little bit dirty. Haven't cleaned it in a while. But it's a crowd favorite because it's reliable. It's not really affordable anymore because it's like $200 for a brand new one, kind of ridiculous. But it's reliable. It doesn't eat up batteries. The batteries last forever. You've got like a little bit of an anti-jam system. The feed rate is ridiculously fast. I don't know what happened. Apparently there's a jam. Let's see what I did wrong.
Check the battery straps.
Battery straps are fine. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know why that happened. Oh, I heard something. I heard that. Did anyone else hear that?
Is that you taking it?
What the fuck? Okay, here we go.
Sorry, you taking it.
So, we're actually getting to the second.
Sorry.
Well, we're not going to get to the That's how easy it is to do it. Just completely with the 2. Let's see if it works now. There you go. Perfectly fine again. I don't know what happened, but yeah, that was a little bit of detour. But it's completely easy to take apart. It's waterproof if you've seen from other videos. It's apparently flame-proof because that guy melted it, but
Z2's laser-proof, guys.
Z2 is laser-proof. This thing is probably the most reliable hopper you can get. What else? It doesn't have. I have a spine speed feed on it right now. It's a good speed feed, but it's nothing like the Z2 Prophecy. The Prophecy speed feed has always been my favorite. Yeah, that's really about it. It's durable. It's not as light as the Z2. It's actually a little bit larger than the Z2 as well. Profile is mostly the same, but yeah, so that's the comparison. Here, I'll stick a pod in there. Obviously, it's nowhere near as big as the Z2 Prophecy's lid. Like, I can't stick the pod in there, but Mike's Z2 was able to fit the whole thing in there, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, that's really about it. Let's do a roundup. Alright, so wrap-up time. What?
Alright. So, basically, Z2 review. Like, in my opinion, since I've used it for the past 2 months, pretty much, I don't think I've ever taken it apart in game. Feeds consistently, it feeds nice. Battery efficiency is pretty good. I think I've changed the battery maybe once. Practiced 8 times. Probably shot like 16 cases through it or so. Not 16, sorry, 8. I was thinking of something else. Let's see, other things about the Z2. Price, $170 new. You could probably find them used for a little bit less. Rotors are $200 new, the 2012 ones. Let's see, what else on the Z2? That's pretty much it if you watch the video. If you guys want a review, my recommendation, Z2 or rotor, it's honestly personal preference. Both are great. I originally got Z2 because I want to test it out. The rotor was jamming on me a little bit. And there's no real reason for me to switch back to a rotor. It's not that the rotors are bad. I think the rotors are fine, personally. But Z2s are definitely a little bit cheaper. And I think the new changes on them are pretty sweet. And pretty much the Z2 review wrap-up. Other things. Filmed a crap load of footage at Meadowlands this weekend. Some of it's going to be added to a new edited video like we do with the PSP grind video. I'll upload some raw stuff for you, but not a lot because I want to keep what's going to be put in the video kind of private until it uploads. Contest, the 250 likes on Facebook contest. Thank you guys so much. We're now almost at 300. I actually have chosen the contest winners. I put all the names in about 2 days ago. I have the 3 winners, can't tell you yet. Should probably have the video to you guys by Friday. The products, I bought them from Ninja and they're being shipped out today. Should probably come in the next few days and then we can get the award show up and I'll ship out the prizes to you guys. If you didn't win the 250 likes, there's 500 likes. Every single 250 likes the page gets, we're gonna have a contest. So if it gets 250 likes within 2 weeks, in 2 weeks you'll see another contest. So it's up to you guys whenever you want to see the next contest. So please help out, like the Facebook page, much appreciated. Other stuff, I think I'm ordering, I know we've been delaying this a lot, but there's been a lot of expenses, I'm sorry guys. Playing wise it costs a lot and other stuff that isn't paintball related, but we are finally going to be getting a GoPro within the next week or 2.
Cross your
so
fingers.
you'll start seeing that. You'll start seeing strapping it to barrels, strapping it to heads, or putting it inside bunkers. So
J-Rab style.
You'll see some cool angles. So definitely, I'm sorry it took us probably 4 months to get it, but
well, let's cross our fingers because we keep saying this that we're gonna get the GoPro. So this time, guys, this time.
Yeah. And then now we waited because the GoPro 2 was gonna come out, the newest version, so we didn't want to get a different one if the new one was about to come out, and the new one's awesome. So it's better spending money on that. Otherwise, what else is there? We got some guns coming in. A couple 2012 guns we're looking at getting. probably be able to get a couple by the end of this year. We'll see how that goes. Otherwise, any other reviews you want to see, let me know. If we have the gun or the product in our hands, then we'll try and get it out to you guys. If you want more reviews, just let me know. I saw a couple posts on Facebook saying you guys wanted reviews, so we're trying to get those out to you. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.
Just a little side note. A lot of people don't really feel like they need to like the Facebook page, and that's fine, but liking the Facebook page will really be able to let you guys interact with us more often. We go on Facebook all the time. I'm always on Facebook because I'm a Facebook whore. On YouTube, we get a lot of notifications. There's a lot of comments, and we try to read them all, but actually, usually do. But it's much easier to contact us on Facebook. If you have any questions, any suggestions, go like the Facebook page. It's an awesome thing. So, thanks, guys.
I hold polar bears at the egoballas house. It's pretty awesome, actually. They're great dogs. Polar bears, sorry, not dogs. Say hi, bitch.